Can you hear me? The question is, I've gone live on my phone and now I don't know if I can see the messages. Oh, I can. That's exciting. Okay. Okay, this is not very exciting for you all to watch. Apologies. I'll see if I can edit out this bit for anyone that comes back to it. I'm just trying to set up the settings. I thought I'd got it right. I have not. So I'm streaming from my phone, which I wouldn't normally do. Normally, like I'm an expert, I've only done it once. But I have also, I need to delete the other, that one I need to delete. Sorry, it's all kind of gone wrong, mainly because I don't know what I'm doing. Let me work out how to delete that, because I don't delete forever. Yes, that and that. Let's delete those. Hello, is there somebody? It looks like somebody's there. Is it me though? That's the question. Is it just me that's in the room? How do I see that on here? I'm going to see. I'm just setting up so I can see at least the chat on my laptop. Okay. I think it's just me here. Anyway, hello, if anyone's there. Just use the chat. There is a little bit of a lag between this, the phone and my laptop, so I think the chats come through about 10 seconds later. Can anybody let me know if you can hear the heater and if I need to turn the heater off, please, because it's cold and I want to leave it on if I can, but equally if you can't hear me then I'll turn it off. It's quite disconcerting if I look down there and I'm a little bit behind. It's a bit like when you're in a Teams call and you can kind of hear yourself talk. It's a bit odd. Anyway, welcome. Today was going to be my little live stream to celebrate, or to mark, I guess, to mark hitting 500 subscribers, but it looks like we're coming up to 700. This week has been absolutely bonkers for subscribers. I don't know what's happened, but thank you to anyone that has subscribed. Really appreciate it. Looking at the analytics, which I'm not very good at doing because I don't fully understand them, but looking at the analytics, I think it was the video I did about my 1 year anniversary. That looks like it had loads of viewers, so I think maybe it was that one, but I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to lower you down and sit down, and then we're going to do some swatching. But please let me know if you can't hear me, because I think oh, you can hear it not affecting the sound. Is it annoying though? If it's annoying, I'll switch it off. It's pretty nippy in here. Something under my feet making a funny noise. Anyway, thank you for joining. I haven't really got a plan, which is standard for me. But what I did think I might do is do some more swatching. So I don't know if you saw my video that came out yesterday, and I was trying to, not swatching, like do a bit of colour mixing, and that is definitely not my strength. I like use quite a lot of pre-mixed colours because I'm just not very confident at mixing. Anyway, the one I did last week that you will have seen on the video if you've watched it was this colour set, and I really like that. And then I did another one, I'll give you a sneaky peek, but this will be next week's video, which is this one. And I like those two, and I thought I can talk and do that, and I can even, hopefully, because I've got you on my phone, turn you around and you can watch me swatching it, which is much more interesting than watching my face. But I'm going to apologise, because if you know colour theory and you know how to colour mix, it's going to be painful for you. But I figured I could do that whilst chatting, so that's why I'm doing that. Right, I'm going to show you the colours that I've chosen. They're a bit random, but of my pre-mixed colours, I was thinking back to which colours I like using the most, and looking at my acrylics, the ones that I used to use loads, but I've kind of gone off recently, are, actually I might quickly, give me a second. Oh, I need the other colour mixed with some. And there's not a lot in there. It's my Quin Magenta. Oh, there's a lot of this one. So up until this year, I was using mainly Liquitex when I was doing my acrylic paintings, and that was before I inherited some things from my friend. And so the colours that I really liked using are these sort of dual ones. So the alizarin crimson, dioxazine purple, and the phthalo green. I use those all the time. So I thought I might see if I can do some colour mixing, but with these. And then I've got a couple of other colours that I might mix with them, because obviously I need to lighten them a little bit, and maybe I've got just got a cad yellow, because I'm going to probably use that. Picked up a burnt sienna in case I want to mix with that, and then titanium white and burnt umber, because they go with everything. So that's what I was going to do whilst we were nattering. How are you keeping? Are you doing anything fun whilst you listen to me yabber on? I feel like I need a two-way conversation doing this. It's different to doing my videos, because normally when I'm filming my videos, I'll just have a book on. So that's like my company. But I feel like I need company. So I'm going to try and turn you around so you can watch me do this. I'm probably going to have to turn the heater off anyway, because it's going to dry the paints out. So I've got this little tray. I'm just going to swatch them out how I've been doing it before with you guys. I'll just write the colours out first. Do you know what, that cut? I've turned that off and it already feels cold. The temperature drops so quickly at the moment. I think it's about 2.5 degrees, but it really feels chillier than that today. I hope if there's anyone who's joined that's from like the Midlands, where we've had that horrible storm, I hope you're okay and it's not too miserable for you. It looks really nice outside today for us. It's just, in fact, I'll show you in a minute when I turn the camera around. It's just a bit nippy. It's a bit of a chill in the air. I was going to do a little bit of chatting about just about the speed that the subscribers has, momentum, I guess is the word I'm looking for, has gained this week. And I try not to get too into the analytics and the, all the SEO and all that stuff, because I mean generally it's too clever for my brain. I just don't understand it, so that's why I don't get involved. But I think not that I'm desperate for it to grow rapidly, because the trying to keep on top of comments is amazingly hard, particularly when you're at work. So I quite like it being a slightly smaller community. That being said, thank you for subscribing, and it would be amazing to have a big community, but maybe when I've got more days off so I can respond to all the comments. I got distracted and forgotten what we were talking about. What was I saying? Just talking about how we've the community's grown so quickly. I was going to turn you around. Let me turn you around. You don't have to look at my mush, but you can look at me drawing circles instead. Okay. Sorry, I am a lefty, so it'll be on the tilt, I'm afraid. Oh gosh, if you're in Helsinki, I think my 2 degrees and a little bit windy is a bit pathetic, isn't it? Sorry about that. What's the weather like with you? Is it? I'm guessing it's always a little bit chilly over there. But compared to your normal weather, is it what you'd expect for this time of year? Hello, Mark. Right, can you? I'm just because of the lag, the camera on the laptop yet hasn't caught up with what I'm doing, and now I'm very confused about what you can see. But this is the alizarin crimson, and then I'm going to take a little bit of that, and then I'm going to add in some of the burnt umber just to see what happens there. Maybe a little bit more. I'm not sure if you can see that. I might have to go up a little bit so you can see a bit more. There we go. I feel like the lag has got longer, so it's about a minute behind now. Hello. Now, Claiborne Creatures, I've been chatting to you a lot in the comments, but I don't know your proper name. But hello, feel free to tell me your proper name so I don't have to refer to you by your creatures. But I love your work. You should all go and check them out if you haven't already. Don't do it during the live stream though, because that'll be sad, because I'll just be sat here on my own. And at the moment there's a whole 7 of us in the room. So this colour here is with the burnt umber. That's quite nice. That I feel like would be quite nice with my owl that I'm going to paint this week. I'm just going to add in some of the titanium white now. See what happens. Minus 12 degrees. Oh gosh, I'm really pathetic for being cold in my shed today, aren't I? The whole 2.5 degrees. I'm going to say East Anglia cold is different to everyone else's cold. It's just more... We're just more pathetic, maybe. Okay, so that's with the white. I mean, it's a bit near. I'm not particularly excited about that. I just better write down what I am. So that is 3. Sorry, I like to do it by numbers. I just find that easier. Will be burnt umber, titanium white. I'm hoping I'll get better at these live streams, and eventually I'll work out how to get rid of these lags, because it must be really frustrating for you because I'm not responding to you very quickly. 1 plus 4, 1 plus 4 plus 5. I'm going to add in a little bit of the purple into that. I'm really not very aesthetic, am I? I haven't got the beautiful circles and nice little dollops that people do, but yeah, I like that. These two are really nice, kind of muted colours together. I didn't like that one on its own, but with this one, I do. What was I going to add in? I was going to do a bit of cadmium yellow, wasn't I? I think this might make it all go a bit weird, but I'm nothing but brave with my colour mixing, since I'm now cad yellow. Okay, and then we'll add a bit of that in, see what happens. Someone really wrote a really amazing comment on my one of my videos the other day about my colour mixing and gave me some really good hints and tips. But it just doesn't stick in my head, and I know I need to stop worrying about what proper artists can do, and the proper artists would know it, but it just doesn't. My brain is quite good at some things, but remembering colour theory and stuff like that is not it. I think I'm just always in too much of a rush to play with the paint that I don't think about what I'm putting on maybe as much as I should. Okay, so that's with the cadmium. So that is with +4 plus and 2. And then that one was with a bit of 6 in it. Okay, I'm going to stop with those ones and we'll go on to the doing the same but with the purple. I know this is a really in-your-face colour, but I used to use it a whole lot. I just haven't used it as much this last sort of 6 months. Mixing blue without... How do you do that? How do you mix blue without blue? You have to tell me, because I definitely won't know. I mean, I'm all here to learn. I'm happy to learn. And Lilu is watching, apparently. Lilu is the cat, if any of you have seen the cat in any of my videos before. If she's watching, she's probably trying to beat up the telly and scratch it up a bit, because that's how she rolls. She's a bit of a bully. Okay, I need a bit more brown in that one. See, that one's really nice. Look how dark that is. I thought that was dark, but this one is coming out. Oh, I like that. So I like that a lot. And I'm going to add a bit of the white. I will do both of them with white without the brown in a bit, just to see what they look like. This is a bit... So it's interesting, on the palette they look a bit nothingy, but then when you get them down with the other colours, they do look quite nice. I'm not gonna lie, they're not that dissimilar to the colour set that I did the other day, are they? But... Okay, so we've got green. Well, I've got them on my palette, so I'll give that a go in a minute. So put the green with, I've got phthalo green here and dioxazine purple, so I'm going to give that a go in a minute. What was I going to put with this one? In fact, we could put a little bit of the green with it now and see what happens. That's an interesting colour. I like that. A teeny bit. Loosen it up a little bit. That's lovely. Right, so this one, 2 plus 4. Sorry if this is frustrating you the way I do this, but it makes sense in my head, so I'm going to stick with it. +1, and this was +3. Yeah, that's lovely. So I guess because there's quite a lot of blue in the purple, that's how you make up a blue, but let's just add a wee bit of yellow to that, and then we'll try making the blue up. Oh, that's disgusting, isn't it? That's grim. Don't think I'll be using this. It's like, yeah, it's not even biley. Right, let's have a look and see if I can make your blue. So I've got a bit of green, purple, and magenta. I've got alizarin crimson, so that's what we're going to use, because I'll put them in equal amounts. I don't know if that was the right ratios, but we can always tweak that in a minute. I don't know that it is the right ratio. So I mean, it's actually a really nice colour. It's very dark though. You see that? Let me stand up. Yeah, that's lovely. So that is 1, 2, and 3 in equal amounts. I like that a lot. Do not add magenta to that. Oh, so purple or magenta. Gotcha. Oh, well, this one's a nice colour anyway. I'm going to add a little bit of white because I kind of want to see what the lighter version of that is. Whether that would be a... I will try it without the crimson in it to see, but that is lovely as well. And this green is settled down nicely against the blue, isn't it? Plus 5 with that one. Let's see if we can make a green out of it by adding some of this yellow. I really struggle with my greens, so oh no, that's disgusting. I mean, I struggle with everything when it comes to colour mixing, so when I say I'm struggling with it, just take that with a pinch of salt, because the whole thing is, for me, is hard. That's why I'm going to practice. It's not bad, but I don't know that I'll be using it. Shall we try it again, but without the crimson? So it's just the green and the purple. Let's give that a go. You notice how many brushes I get through. So green, purple. Again, I'm going to do them in kind of equal amounts. So we'll see if that's really dark though. I need a bit more. Let's add a bit more of both of those in. Do you have preference on make of acrylic paints? If you're using acrylic tube mixing. That is lovely actually. So that's 2 and 3 equal. I feel like I'm... Yeah, you can still see that. Maybe I need to stand up. Might put the heater back on in a minute, guys, because it is getting nippy. And then a bit of white too. Oh, using watercolour. You're brave. I wish... I like playing with watercolour, but they stress me out. Because they're so hard to... They just don't do what I want them to do. I was going to play today with some like loose landscapes with them, because I don't know if you saw my video, they were just too tight. They didn't come out how I was hoping. So I want to do something really abstracted, really minimal landscapes, because we're hoping, Louise and I are hoping to do that as one of our workshops this year. And in order to run a workshop, I kind of need to know what I'm doing. This is a nice blue. I'm going to just keep adding a bit more to it, because one of my favourite colours, I'm going to grab it, is the System 3 Wedgwood Blue. But it is, I really like using it. But I don't love System 3. I mean, I use them because I've got them and I don't like wasting things, but they're not my favourite paints to paint with. So if I could get a colour that is close to it using different paints, that would make me happy. So I'm going to keep adding to that and just see if we can get close to it. But it's one of the pre-mix ones that I use a lot of. Still seems a bit too light. Nope, still need more. So chicken with the white. Right, let's try it. Which watercolours do you use? It's just not really going. I'm gonna have to go in heavier, aren't I? Let's go in really heavy with the white. What make do you use? It's really not. I'm gonna have to get some more white. I feel like we can get there, but it's just not quite there yet. That's a bit closer. Hello, Celia. Are you as cold as me? You're all going to be colder because you're further out in the fields than I am. Celia and I are, I would say neighbours. We're neighbours by about 15 miles, I think. But it's just not getting lighter. Not light enough for me. I'm going to have to go in really heavy. Setting up a speaker. I hope you have more luck with that than I had this morning trying to set up these cameras. I must have spent 2 hours trying different apps to try and work out how I could have two views whilst doing a live stream. Downloaded loads of different apps, just could not get any of them to work or do what I want to do. I need someone clever and patient to set it up for me. So I really don't like IT and things like that. They're not my friends, and I lose patience very, very quickly. It is bracing out here. You're very clever telling me to look up the pigments. I mean, I could probably just do that on. Let's have a look. I'm just not. There you go. This is why I need all of your help. So it tells me on here. So for the Wedgwood Blue, it's PW6, PB29 and PY42. So that's titanium dioxide, ultramarine blue and yellow iron oxide. Well, I don't have yellow iron oxide, but I bet I have something with those in. Let's see what's in that one. That's got lots of pigments in. Ultramarine we've definitely got. Right, excuse me while I walk away from the camera. PY3, no, I want PY42. PY42. I think this might be a job for another day because I'm going to spend ages looking through my pigments, my paints to see what they are. But thank you, that was very, very clever, and I shall do that. I hope you ordered something fun, Celia, and that's why you had to go out and get your parcel. I envy you having your bird food. I had to stop putting bird food. I didn't have to. I stopped putting bird food out because we started having brown furry visitors of the big sorts, and I'm just not good with the brown furry visitors, particularly the big ones. The little ones I can kind of ignore, but the big ones upset me a little bit. So, do you know what? I'm not that far from it, because this one here is the System 3, the Wedgwood Blue. It's not that different, is it? Okay, I was about to say about the pigments. Very few actual blue pigments. Oh, I like geeky facts. Come on then. Prussian blue can't be mixed with acrylic. So Prussian blue acrylic is a lookalike. Oh, really? I do like geeky things, and which surprises me as to why I can't do the colour theory, colour mixing and the proper colour theory stuff, because it just doesn't stick in my brain. Let me just put a little arrow here and say this one's a System 3. Wedgwood. There we go. I mean, I think it's close enough for me to not offend me. But now I've got loads of... I'm going to have to lift you up even higher. Now I've got loads of paint in that colour that I need to do something with. So I'm going to mix it with... What haven't we mixed with? Let's put a bit over here and try it with some yellow. That's quite a fun colour. A little bit more yellow in it. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with this colour set, but I just thought it would be something that I could manage to do whilst talking, whereas sometimes last time when we were on here I just couldn't talk and concentrate, so not sure about that one, if I'm honest. Right, so that's plus 6 and then a bit more 6. I feel like this is a really professional way to do it. Just keep drawing arrows and numbers till I get bored. Right, let's add a bit of burnt umber to that and see what happens. I do think so. One of my jobs, part of my job, I do teaching, and with teaching theory, I don't know if any of you out there have been teachers. You have different types of learners, and I'm clearly a learner who learns by doing. I'm not sure. I mean, this might come in handy with something, but not sure what. Let's add a bit more. Let's keep going with it. So Celia, you're not going to go out walking today? I do love your sketches from the sides of the fields and from your camper van. I mean, it's not a day to go out walking, but it's dry at least. If you can handle the cold and wrap up warm enough, then it'll be quite nice, but probably not that good for painting because your hands go numb, won't they? Not really sure I like the way this is going. It's just getting a bit meh. Yeah, I'm going to change my brush. My pots get so full of brushes because I'd rather take them all in and wash them properly. I'm going to use this, and what was that to start with? That was just purple and green, wasn't it? No, that wasn't. Yes, it was purple and green with white. So let's add some, not that much, some of the red to it. Let's see. There we go. That's a nice colour. arrow there and say +1. That's quite nice. I would say they're really not that dissimilar to the colour set on the last time I did colour mixing, I don't think. Okay. This doesn't seem to be getting any darker. I don't know if it's just, oh, it is a little bit. So my plan for today is to paint a long-eared owl for this Thursday's Birdfest challenge. So that's my plan for the day. Whether I get around to it or not, I don't know. I mean, I quite like these, but you know, just +1, +1. I'm not sure they're much better than just adding white to that, so I will try it with some white. Use the same brush though. Yeah, it is nicer. This one's just, that's not quite as nice, but it's okay. I mean, this is just a tiny bit more muted than that. I don't know if it's coming across on camera. So that is just 1 and 5. My hands are getting cold, so the heat is going on, guys. I'm sorry. I lasted as long as I could. What's going to happen if we add green to that? What are you all doing? Yeah, I'm going to do it's a long-eared owl. I'm just doing the Thursday challenges, so they're doing one every Thursday for people like me who I just don't know why I can't bring myself to commit to a daily one, because I know I'm doing the daily sketching, but where am I going to put this? I'm going to put it down here. For some reason, doing a whole bird makes me feel too much for a daily challenge, so I'm doing the weekly one, which I'm sure it was the long-eared owl this week. What are you all up to today? Are you all doing anything fun? Or are you wrapping up warm and staying home? I've just gone around the circle. This is the same colour again, isn't it? Right, we need to get onto the greens. Let's try and do some greens. So this is the phthalo green. This is the Liquitex Heavy Body. This brush is, I think, past its best. For anyone that doesn't know, I have got some really nice brushes, but I also love brushes that are a little bit cheaper, because I'm not great at looking after things, particularly brushes. So to use ones that I don't feel precious about helps. That's horrible with white, isn't it? 3 birds yesterday. What birds did you paint? That's amazing. Maybe only one. Well, I think, yeah, one's probably enough, but I'm very jealous. I had a work day yesterday, which, you know, as in at work, didn't get any drawing done, apart from my little daily sketch, which I did first thing in the morning before I went to work, and that turned out pretty terrible. I just did a banana. Who knew bananas were so hard? I thought that would do, that would be super easy to do before I go to work, because I start work quite early. I have to leave the house at 6:30 to get there. Celia, your paintings for the Strada Challenge are amazing. Anyone, do you want to put in your Instagram, is it handle, link in the chat, Celia, so people can access it? Because your paintings are just, they're so beautiful. So if anyone hasn't checked out Celia's stuff, please do, because it's lovely. What are we doing? So that's that plus that. Let's add a little touch of white into that. Yeah, the Strada stuff, again, it's these daily ones where I feel like I've got to do a full-on picture. Too much for my brain. Really liking these. We have got some dark sets actually. They've turned out quite nice, haven't they? So now I'm just going to have a little bit of fun. I'll add a little bit more white into that. Just see what that does. Is anyone else painting today? And please let me know if the heater's getting too annoying. I'm happy to turn it off. And then we'll add, I mean, this yellow is just not the right yellow, is it? Wow, that's intense. I probably should have gone for something maybe a little cooler. I don't know. Or is this cold? This is cold, isn't it? This is a cold yellow. Maybe something warm. So I'm just not good with the warms and colds. I do honestly think maybe there's an element of colour blindness or something there that makes it really hard for me to work it out. So that's +6 +5. Have we got all of the different combinations? Green and purple is down here. Red and green, yeah, I think we've got all the colours there. Ooh, I feel very, very special to be the first thing to come out of your speaker. Next thing, I'm going to get you to come around here and set up these screens so that I can have two screens whilst I'm on doing the live streams. Right, let's have a look at these. I feel like we've got all the colour combos that we need out of this. So I'm going to lower you down a bit. The wire out of the way. Okay, now let me know. I'm going to turn this heat. This will get too noisy. What do we think of that colour set? I actually think they'd be really nice, sort of autumnal, wintry colours. Oh my goodness, 3:43. What are you doing awake? That's that is impressive, but honestly, I hope you you're snuggled up at least. I've just noticed that you're Claiborne Creative Creatures, that you're doing a little wren. I do lots of wrens. In fact, I had a wren. I can't show you because it was on my phone. On our security camera this morning around the back garden, just hopping around. So Wrens are very close to my heart. Okay, I'm going to probably turn you around and talk at you for a bit, I think. Or should we do some drawing? I could do my daily sketching challenge. Where did I put my book? It's somewhere in here. Oh, here it is. So I bought, I can't use it now because it's on you, but I bought myself this little, let's bring it up. It's like a magnetic tripod for my phone. So this sticks magnets to the back of your phone. Then you can use it to either have like that, but you can also make a stand out of it so you can be a bit higher and I can lean you over. So this is what I've been using as I've been doing the last 2 or 3 drawings for my daily sketching challenge. But because it's kind of in the way and I'm trying to draw, and I'm having to look through the camera to do the drawing, and it's not easy because you're kind of drawing through a viewfinder, and I think that might be where I've been struggling. But this is quite good. It's certainly handy, and I think it'll be handy in here for when I'm doing some videos, because the bracket that you guys are on is great, but sometimes it's hard to get the low. If I'm trying to draw low, it gets the whole thing's in my way. Right. Oh, love gold crests. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. Yeah, I think it'd be nice for a nice winter landscape. I do need to go out. In fact, I might come out and yeah, I do need to. It's just too cold. I don't know if you watched any of my videos, if any of you've seen, I did go out in my car once and sketch, and that was okay, but the problem with sitting in your car is you're in a lay-by normally, and you get I don't know, funny looks, or then if someone else pulls up next to you in the lay-by, I start freaking out a little bit. So I'm not the biggest fan of that. So with we curled up with Bella. I hope she's giving you good cuddles. Taking Bella on the e-scooter to vlog. Do you vlog? You need to pop your bits in the chat so that we can all stalk you, and not stalk you in a bad way, as in like in a good way stalk you, so that we can check you out and subscribe. Yeah, so this one, Celia, is by a company called Moft, and I hate to say I was influenced into buying this because I'd seen someone else using them and thought I'd get it. I don't normally buy branded things because I'm a cheapo, but did with this one, and it is good. It's probably heavier than I thought it was going to be, and that's why it's not on my phone all the time. I think you can get other versions of it that are probably cheaper, so but have a look. I like this one because it's a nice colour. In fact, it probably matches some of these, doesn't it? There you go. But yeah, it's handy. Right, let's have a look. Ride through town with Bella in your backpack. Oh, I need to see a picture of that. This book here, yeah, this one is this one's also Royal Talons Art Creations, and they are super cheap. I think this one was £1.99 or £2.99. It certainly wasn't a lot of pennies. From TK Maxx. So if you're in the States, it'll be TJ Maxx, but they have the same stuff, I think. I mean, I guess you'd have it. They're made in Holland. They are, I mean, it's okay. It holds watercolour. I wouldn't say it holds loads of watercolour. Sorry, I've got it in a bigger size as well. This one, I think, was £4.99, something like that. I'm going to open this, but it could be full of rubbish. In fact, it probably is, because I know what I'm like for just scribbling in things. There you go. This is the sort of thing I was trying to draw. So I don't think Emily is watching, but my friend who I've talked about at the beginning when I started my journey, she loved fly fishing, Who knew? And I was going to do, sort of in honour of her, instead of the landscape that I did, the Scottish landscape, I was going to do flies, fly fishing flies, but it turns out they're much harder to paint than you think it would. This one, I think you might have seen, I did a short doing that landscape. This one's got acrylic, gouache and watercolour on, and you know, it hasn't really come through and it has hardly buckled it. So that one, I don't know what's going on there. Oh, and this is from last time. I'm not going to show those, they were terrible. That's a half finished landscape, another half finished landscape. But yeah, I think for the price, they're great, because you don't, well, I don't want anything expensive because it makes me feel scared to use it. Hey, Amanda's here. Hello, Amanda. I'm sure all of you already follow Amanda, but if you don't, Amanda's got an amazing YouTube channel, and she's very talented. She actually knows what she's doing, which is helpful. Like me, who's making it up as I go along. Right, so what are you saying? Is it thick? I don't know if you could varnish it. Should we try? I've only got, hang on, let's see what I've got. I don't have a lot of varnishes. Somebody the other day was telling me to varnish. Was that you? And I said, oh, I do sometimes, but I don't always remember to do it. I've only got a matte varnish. I haven't got a spray one. I don't think. Let me check. No. We could try it on a bit of paper. Let's do that. I mean, we'll try on this little mess of sketching and see whether it takes the varnish. I've only put a dribble on. Let's see. Oh, I shouldn't have done that with watercolour, should I? Never mind. Go over the acrylic bit. I'm guessing you're meaning the book anyway. Right, we'll let that dry and we'll see. I'm going to have to put the heater back on. I'm so sorry. Right. Wish you do know what you're doing. You definitely know how to set up this camera, because you're much more IT aware than I am. Did any of you catch, last time I did the live stream, I had something in the way of the heater and it melted my bottle. So still got the bottle, but I just think, oh, I need to be aware of what's in front of it while I have it on, because it does get quite hot. I'm going to let that dry and we're going to do a sketch for my daily sketching challenge. Thinking about it, how am I going to record it? I don't know if I can. So this is what I've been doing. I think most, well, I don't know if you've seen it, but I've been popping them out as shorts. So I started it on the 1st. I think I showed some of these in the video. I don't know why drawing that pencil sharpener was really hard. The little roller was pretty easy. And then I did my little wooden palette, sweetie jar. Thank you, I don't want to freeze either. So does the spray, you can use the spray over watercolour and it doesn't move it at all. That's amazing. This one was not particularly easy either. I was in the house, so I was a bit limited. Not limited, I've got some nice things, but I wanted simple shapes. So this one is terrifying. The actual vase that I was drawing is really cute, but it came out a bit sinister. So, and that's my dodgy banana. So let's see what we can do today. I have to get my iPad to record a little short. What should we find? But I must have something in here that I can draw. I've got lots of things in here I can draw. It's just whether I can actually draw them. I suppose that's more the point. How about a pair of scissors? Should we do some scissors? Oh, over airbrush work. Yeah. Are they with watercolour inks, or do you use acrylic inks for those? Because if it's a watercolour ink, then the principle would be the same, wouldn't it? Right, let's grab a pair of scissors. That's what we're going to paint today, draw today. and then I'm going to grab my iPad and see if I can record a little time lapse on it at the same time as talking to you, but I'm not sure whether or not that is within my skill set. And also the phone, the iPad camera is usually a bit naff, isn't it? Camera. No, it doesn't do. Oh, it does do time lapse. Okay. This is painful. I mean, yeah, I'm not sure I've got the angle right with this now. I'm not. Do you know what? I'm not going to do it. We can do some sketching, but not my sketch of the day, because I cannot work out how to record and talk to you. So I'll get me out the sketchbook out. Yep. I thought I've gone in a bit heavy with it because it's still wet. I think it would take it though, if I'm honest. I think the paper would take it. This one I was starting with. In fact, I might do a bit more of something else with that today. So I was going to buy myself a fountain pen, and then when I was tidying up the spare room, I found my husband's pen and ink, which was a present I bought him years ago. Sorry if you're still watching, Mark. And he didn't use, so I thought, oh, I'll just use that. Can't find the ink now though. That's the box. It was a little calligraphy set. Some different nibs and an ink, but I don't know where the ink has gone. So I'll use this one. Just have to make sure I remember to wash it off the nib quickly. Should we test the different pen nibs? I still think I'd like a fountain pen because I can take it out and draw with it, because I'm really enjoying doing the continual line drawings, and I do sometimes find that these fine liners, I don't know, they kind of get a bit sticky, don't they? And they don't draw as well. So I don't think I've explained that properly. In my head I know what I mean, but they just don't give the marks I like. So please don't apologise for being late. Not late at all. I'm just here chatting. So this is the nib that came with it. I don't know what, I mean, they're not named or numbered or anything, but I can get thick lines and quite thin lines with that. I'm not really sure then why I would need the other tips, but so this one has it got a number on it? No. I mean, I'm never going to be able to remember this because there's no numbers on them. With acrylic ink, because it does. Might be a number in there. Goodness me. I think I might need some varifocals. I'm getting old. Says something on there. Leonardo number 41. There we go. Let's write that down. Oh, no, my hat's off. My glasses are off. So that one's 41. This one looks very fun. This is a fat one. So that one is Leonardo round, 1.5. I think I put that in right. Okay, let's try this one. That's nice. It's very fat though. it's a bit like, I have got a, let me go and grab it, so don't let's save it. Sorry, give me a sec. Be right back. That one, I think my paper might be wet. I've got this pen, Pilot pen. How do I get the lid off? And it's got, does anyone know what these are called? I should remember, but parallel pen, there you go. It's not that dissimilar to that. And I guess I could take this one out for drawing, but I'm not sure I have enough control. It's alright if I, well, maybe I should take it out drawing. It's one of these things that's sat in the drawer for ages and just not really gone back to it. Maybe I'll do my next drawing with this one. I've got a few different inks with that. Different colours. These are blacks, but I have got other coloured ones. Right, I got distracted again. What did we say this one was called? Oh, hang on, someone's been talking. Yeah, okay. Right. 1.5. See, can you see what I mean? This bit, in fact, I think I just died in it. 1.5 round. This pen, I think, might have gone to pen heaven. I get influenced all the time. And often they don't live up to the hype for anything, and I regret my choices. And these sketchbooks, again, I mean, I just wanted something, I like a smooth sketchbook. I quite like this one. This one's very flexible though, so I can get quite a lot of variety of lines with it. Paper's definitely a bit wet because it's kind of either that or the ink's too wet for the paper and it's bleeding through it. So that one is the, can't see it again, number, that's the number 41, so that's the same as the one that came with it. Oh yeah, it is the same, just a different colour. And then, so what's that one? I wonder if there's a few of the sames. A C, so I've got a C and a 5, so these two are different. Let's try these and then I'll let you all get on with your day because I can't imagine anyone wants to sit in here any longer. Although there's quite a few of you here, 11 of you, that's amazing. What did you buy before you realised? The sketchbooks. Disappointment, paper wasn't good. What were you using? What medium were you using for the, to not like the paper? Oh. Oh, pod. That would be lovely. My shed, I'm not gonna lie, this winter has taken a battering, and I do think I'm gonna need something new, but I don't have any pennies at the moment. I don't know, for those of you that know, the job I'm in, they're not ones for bonuses. I work for the NHS, we don't get bonuses. It's the sort of thing that I feel like if I got had a job where I got a bonus, then I could justify spending it on something like a shed. But alas. I mean, I did get a voucher for winning I got a £50 John Lewis voucher this year because I won an award at work, so that was lovely, so I can't moan. But yeah, it's not one for... I need to work for like a medical rep company or somewhere I might get a bonus for meeting a target. This paper is really rubbish for this ink, so I'm going to stop faffing around with that. I don't know if you can see, you definitely can when I come up closer. Can you see how it's just bleeds? So, and that is the Speed Dry Magic Colour ink. It's an acrylic ink, so I thought it would be okay, but it's just bleh. Actually the ink in the Pilot pen has done better, hasn't bled. So I do like these marks. Yes, it was a very proud and embarrassing moment. I'm not one for getting up on stages, but it was very cute of my colleagues to nominate me, and it was very lovely to get a £50 John Lewis voucher. Even right, I'm going to quickly catch up with the chat because I've been faffing looking at my stories. Starting with wet leisure, yeah, okay. So maybe if I start with dry. I think I live quite near to a TK Maxx and I needed a sketchbook, so I just saw these and they were cheap enough that I didn't feel I needed to be precious with them, so that's why I picked them up. I think they'll probably be alright for no, like fine liner pen is fine, but for wet ink not so much. This one, I should have bought more of these when I saw them. So this one that I'm using for swatching is from Jackson's and it was about £1.50. I don't know why I only got maybe £2.50, but it was cheap. And I only picked one up because I thought the paper might be a bit rubbish, but actually it's really nice for acrylics. Right, I'm going to turn you round. I can work out how to do that. Rotate. So, sorry if I made you sick there by moving you around. Oh, National Health, so Alexa, so smart. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was a very English saying. Sorry, I should have. So yes, the National Health Service is who I work for. Do you have any good sketchbook? Like, who would you recommend for a sketchbook for wet mediums that are? Oh, you're making your own. That's a lovely idea. Louise, Lou, has done a course. I don't know if she made her own or if the person running the course made them, using loads of different types of paper. And it's a good way to use offcuts as well from bigger pieces. That sounds hard work though. What paper are you using in your homemade sketchbooks? Which Louise? Oh, sorry, Louise is my business partner who I run art workshops with and has been in some of my videos. And I talk about her as though she lives in this shed with me, but she doesn't. She lives quite a long way away. But we often go to, yeah. So I haven't ever bought any of the Cardi paper because I guess I'm cheap, but I do quite like smooth. I think I prefer a smooth paper to something with that much texture. So I'm in Suffolk. So you're not that far away, hour or two up the road, depending on where in Leicestershire. And the Hannah Muller stuff, I have only tried their postcards, just because we had some of those and we use them at workshops, but I don't like it. But I don't know if it's because it feels like it's like plastic coated or something. But I haven't tried their sketchbooks. If you turned right and just kept going, we're kind of level with you, but just right on the east coast. Suffolk is. West Coast, you're a long way away. West Coast of United States, that's amazing. Can't believe you're here And I am going to check out, I want to check out you and your doing your scootering videos. Oh, is there a smooth cardie paper? I probably need to look into it. But again, isn't it quite expensive? Wisconsin. This is bonkers to me that I'm having conversations with you all. It really is. I can... It's a nostalgia series. Go Bears. This is bonkers. You don't need to apologise. I think it's fantastic. I feel like I need to go and try out some different papers. Under this table is so many different things, but mostly I've got a lot of pastel paper actually. I was going to do pastel today because now one of you, who was it? Is it someone that's here? Was talking about soft pastels and my unisons, and they're all sat over there behind me in boxes, and I just feel like maybe it's time to get them out. I do worry that I'm killing them, leaving them in this shed, but you know, it's the only place I've got to store them at the moment, so we'll just have to hope they survive the winter. It was you. There you go. I knew somebody was saying about it. So I've got quite a few different pastel papers. And what I was thinking of doing was doing some like acrylic ink underpainting and then pastels on the top, because I quite like doing that, but yeah, I just haven't got around to it. You know, I'm sure you've gathered by now, I do quite a lot of flitting around because I want to do it all, so I really have to make myself focus not to do 400 different things at once. Let me grab them. Actually, I won't grab them all, there's quite a lot in here. But it was the landscape set we were talking about, wasn't it? Oh. Do you know what? I can't. There's lots on top of each other, so I think I'm going to end up making a big mess, and my desk is already very messy. Okay. I love the idea of the concertina sketchbooks. The other thing that Louise and I were thinking about doing was doing like making your own zines out of folding up a big bit of paper to make like a sketchbook. That's more of a her idea than me, so I'll let her lead on that one. But where was I going with this? Yeah, they remind me of the concertina sketchbooks. Yeah, never met an art supply I didn't buy. Yeah, it's an illness, I think. What we should do, and we did jokingly talk about this before, is have almost like a library of art materials so that people locally can swap things around, particularly when you just want to try a different product. And I know that Amanda will definitely get this, but when we bought my friend's art products off her daughter, we've got all of her pencils, and that's when I started swatching them out, because I was like, oh, I like this pencil, do I like that pencil? And sometimes you just want to try the different makes and see whether it suits you, don't you? Because you can watch the videos, but yeah, bring and buy or swap thing. I think that would be amazing. I don't know how it would work. You'd need to yeah, you probably would go home with more than you arrive with. We kind of do that. We've got an art group that I go to once a month locally, and we're often there like saying, oh, and nicking each other's bits and trying them out. But I think that's kind of the only way you can do it. But I do like the idea of almost like a what's the word I'm looking for? You know, like a marketplace where you can just swap things. Because I think I've definitely bought paints and pens and things that I just don't love as much as I thought I would, and usually they're expensive, aren't they? A library, that's the word, thank you. And one of the things that we've talked about doing, I don't know, I don't think Louise is here. She'll probably watch this on repeat, but we did talk about setting up like a sketchbook club for after when we have our workshop. So we do a workshop and then we've usually got the venue for a couple of hours afterwards, and we thought we'd maybe set up like a sketchbook club, but where people can come and try the different materials, because we've got, between us, we've got pretty much everything, I think. Oh my goodness, did you hear the wind? I think a box is just hang on, give me a second. Box is blown over. And there's a big bag flying around the garden. Stop there, pick that up. It's like a Dementor flying across the garden. So yeah, that's what we're thinking of doing, that, which would only help anyone that's local, really. Right, sorry, I think you need, I mean, art products are made to be used, aren't they? And that's, I guess for me, one of the big learnings that I had it was this time last year when I went round to my friend Emily's house and saw all the stuff that Gloria had been buying in order to set up to run workshops and to paint with and create with. There was so much stuff there that she was saving for best. It's a bit like when you have a nice dress and you save it for best, so you never use it. And these things are made to be used, and actually a lot of the stuff doesn't last, so if you don't use it, it goes off, like the paper goes off, some of the paints had all dried up, so you do need to use it and not be scared to use it. I think you're right, Celia, you said about life's too short for bad sketchbooks, and I think you're probably right, because it is. But also you get different quality images, don't you? If you're using cheap paper, it bleeds or it doesn't react nicely, the paints don't sit nicely, so you need the nice paper as well as the nice products. God, I'm being depressing now. Right, I'm going to have a look at some of the comments. When's my next workshop? We're doing one in January, that's this month. In a couple of weeks on a Sunday. I could probably have a look on my phone. I could look on here behind you. I'm not good on dates. Can't get my calendar open. Give me a Sunday. It's like the 20-something. 23rd, is that a Sunday? So we're doing, I think it's the 23rd. And that is, I can't remember the exact title. It's something like Painting with Nature. But basically we're going to be getting some stuff, whatever's seasonal out there. So it'll be lots of twigs and seed heads and things like that. Whatever's laying around. And we bring it into the workshop and bring out lots of different mediums and create some stuff from that. Our workshop, so we are doing different types of workshops. So we only set it up, it was this time last year once our friend passed away, and we knew that was one of the things she was aiming to do, and Louise and I were like, I think let's just do it. So we tried it last year. We did some printmaking ones, we've done some watercolor ones and mixed media ones. We haven't yet done any pastel ones. I think at the moment we're trying to find our groove and work out what we enjoy teaching and also what people want to come to. So at the moment it's kind of open. 25th is a Sunday. It must be the 25th then. I don't know. I don't dare touch my phone. It's on my phone with my calendar and I don't dare touch it in case it... Yes, I do like birds. So yes, this one is, I think it's like it's a vintage RSPB one, which is a charity over in England that looks after birds. Yeah, I mean, hopefully we're honouring her and using the stuff that she'd collected over the years to paint with. It certainly made me, last year it was a real wake-up call. It was a real wake-up call. Yeah, let's cheer me up now. Let's not be so sad. But In fact, I don't want to say she came from Wisconsin. I can't pronounce it. Wisconsin. I can't. Anyway, she was out that way. She came from America, and I'm sure she was there, but she might not have been. Anyway, right, let's no, you don't need to apologise, it's fine. Check out the Instagram. It's the company name that we're running the workshops through is called Three Birds Art. So if you go to Three Birds Art, you'll find it. And we've set the dates for this year, but we haven't finalised the timetable, so that will be coming out in the next couple of weeks for all of the ones that we're doing this year rather. They are all in a village in Suffolk called Cheveley. So if you're not Suffolk based or sort of Cambridge based, it's a bit of a trek. Yeah. Oh, it's a long drive. I'm sure you can. I don't want to be putting you off. Shouldn't be saying no to business, should we? But I'm sure you can find something closer that would. I don't know if I could cope with the pressure of someone driving 2 hours to come to a workshop. Right, I think it might be time. Is it 12:30? I think I'm going to have to head off soon, because I do have to do some jobs today. But it's been amazing. It's been so nice to have the chats. I did the one on Boxing Day, and it was pretty much my sister and my daughter, I think, in the chat. I don't think we had many people join. It was quite fun though. But today's been amazing. Thank you all so much for joining. I will have a look and see if I can work out how to have it so that I can talk to you and you can see what's going on down there. But it's definitely been better on the phone, because at least then I can. Oh, that's very kind. We did debate doing online ones, but I just don't know that. I do a lot of online stuff. I do online teaching at work, and I like it, but it's not as much fun as seeing people properly, is it? And I found doing the workshops is probably, I've got as much out of it as the people that have come. And certainly, I know I've talked about this before, but certainly with the continuous line drawing, up until I did that workshop, that Lou ran that workshop, and I made the teas and coffees and cakes, but up until I did that, I just wouldn't draw, because I just thought it was, I don't know, there was something about drawing that in my head I couldn't do. So I did that workshop, and then I was like, oh, I really like that kind of drawing, and so that's why I've started doing it. So right, I am going to, oh, you're very sweet. 7 AM. You go and have an amazing trip out on your scooter, and I am definitely, you need to, before you go, pop in the chat your YouTube channel so that we can check out you and your cat on the scooter. That'd be amazing. I will do another live at some point, Amanda, but one of my challenges this year was to do one a month, so I'll probably stick to one a month. Right, I will let you all head off. Thank you all so much, and thank you for the interaction. I can't draw and paint and talk, but I'd rather talk to you lot anyway. So have a lovely day, and I will see you soon. Bye. Oh, Furdham. I will see you soon, but go and check out Furdham, because I think that would be quite fun. And also check out Amanda. She's in the chat, and Celia isn't on YouTube, but she is on Instagram, and her work is amazing. So I'll see you all soon. Bye. I don't know how to leave. I'm saying goodbye, but I don't know how to get off the live chat or the live stream. Bye.